welcome to my channel. I'm Jordan, and today I am going to be doing my Reading Rush TBR. If you are somehow not familiar with the Reading Rush, it is a readathon hosted by Ariel and Raylene. I will link their announcement video below where they go more in depth with what the readathon is and what all the prompts are and stuff. This year, the readathon goes from July 20th to the 26th. There are 7 prompts. They are very flexible prompts, which I'm glad about. And this year they did a reading journal that you can purchase, and so that's what I did. It's kind of fun. It has obviously like the challenges and everything listed out for you, and spots for you to write down your TBR. There are pages for every day in the readathon for you to mark down what you're in the middle of reading, how you're liking it, random questions and stuff. So this is really fun to have. I'm excited to have it more as like a collector's item because this is my first time participating in the Reading Rush as a booktuber. I thought it'd be fun to have this to commemorate it. You can also buy this as a PDF version. I'm thinking it's probably getting to be too late to actually order the physical copy by the time the readathon starts, but if you want to get the PDF version and print it out yourself and fill it out, or you could get the PDF version and then copy it into like a bullet journal, you could do whatever you want. But I thought I'd mention that I have this and I will be using it for the Reading Rush, and I will also be vlogging the Reading Rush. A lot of people do daily vlogs and I definitely cannot commit to that. I'm hoping to do one weekly vlog and then post it relatively soon after the Reading Rush ends. But I thought I'd go through the Reading Rush prompts and what books I'm choosing to fulfill those prompts. Like I said, they are very flexible, and so I will be flexing some of them. I will also be doubling up for sure. I only have 3 books on my like mandatory TBR that I definitely plan on finishing. I think 3 books in 7 days is definitely doable. Anything more than that kind of is a bonus. So I do have some add-on books as well that I would want to get to if I finish those other 3 books first. So I'm going to talk about the books and what challenges they fulfill as I talk through the books instead of going through the challenges and repeating the same books every time, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start with the first book that I want to read, which is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This is very, very popular on BookTube. It's basically, as far as I understand, about a high school girl named Star, I think. Yeah, 16-year-old named Star who is friends with somebody who is shot in her hometown, as far as I understand. And basically dealing with the repercussions of that. Obviously there are racial implications. I've heard this is extremely hard-hitting, but it's an extremely valuable read, and I'm excited to finally get to it. So the challenges that this one fulfills is prompt number 1, which is to read a book with a color that matches the color of your birthstone. I'm born in January, which is the birthstone of Garnet, and that's kind of like a red, kind of a dark red. Like I said, it's definitely something that you can tweak to fit exactly what you want, but I'm going with just the general red, and the spine is red. There's some red on the front, but I think I can definitely make this work for that. And then I'm also using it for prompt number 3, which is to read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. Here's the thing, I haven't seen The Hate You Give yet, so during the Reading Rush I also plan to watch the movie first before I dig into this book. I've heard the movie is also really good, and so I'm excited to knock out both the book and the movie within the Reading Rush. And then the last challenge or prompt that this fulfills is number 6, which is to read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. A lot of YA contemporaries I find to be a little too light and fluffy for me, and the YA contemporaries that I end up really loving are the ones that are hard-hitting and emotional and dark, and I think that this is all of those things. And so it's something that I do actually think I'll like, and it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but in general something that I think I will enjoy, and that I do want to read more of. The next book that I'm planning to read is The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta, and this book I don't own, obviously. I plan to read this via audiobook on Hoopla, and it's a super short audiobook. It's like 3 hours or something. I've seen nothing but great reviews for it, so I'm very excited to finally get to it. This will fulfill prompt number 2, which is a book that starts with the word the. Obviously The Black Flamingo fills that prompt. Also prompt number 5, which is to read a book completely outside of your house. Because this is such a short audiobook, I definitely think I can knock it out during drives throughout the week, especially if I have to go into work. I have like an hour and a half commute each way, so I could actually knock it out within one day. But I will certainly plan to only listen to this audiobook outside the house. And then also prompt number 7, which is to read a book that takes place on a different continent than where you live. Dean Atta is from the UK, and I believe that this book is also set within, I think, a university in the UK, so that'll definitely be outside of North America, which is where I live. And then the 7th prompt, which actually prompt number 4, the only one I haven't hit yet, is to read the first book you touch, and that's very up for interpretation. The way that I am going to do it is to read one of my library books. So I currently have 4 books checked out from the library. This is obviously being filmed a little bit in advance, and I have a couple of books on request at my library, and so if they come in, I will also pick those up and add them to this stack. But I'm thinking during the reading rush, I will just put all of my unread library books into like a box or a bag or something where I can randomize them and then randomly reach in and grab one out and read that one. So that will definitely fulfill the prompt. So the 4 that I have right now, first one is Be Not Far From Me by Mindy McGinnis. Mindy McGinnis is one of my favorite authors. I've read 2 books by her so far. The Female of the Species, which is a YA hard-hitting contemporary. Loved that one, gave it 4 stars. And then Heroine, which is a YA contemporary, also hard-hitting. I guess they both are. And I gave that one 5 stars. And so I definitely think that I will love this one as well. It's very short, so it would make for a really good readathon read. And then I have The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel, and alternatively, unlike Mindy McGinnis, Emily St. John Mandel is an author that I have read only 1 book so far, and I didn't really enjoy it. That book is called Station 11. That was like a post-apocalyptic sort of book that just didn't work for me, and I really don't know much about what the plot of The Glass Hotel is about, but I'm willing to give this author a second chance just to see if her books might be something that I would enjoy. I also have 8 Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson. This is a mystery thriller that came out this year that I'm very intrigued to read. I've never read any other Peter Swansons yet. Definitely some of his other ones are just as popular as this one, so if I do enjoy this, then I will plan on going back and reading some of his earlier titles. And then lastly, I have Zone 1 by Colson Whitehead. This is, I believe, like a horror type of book. Don't know a ton about it. I only picked this up because of Kayla at Books and Lollllll and her Literally Dead book club. This is the pick for July or August. So those books hit all of the prompts. Like I said, those are my highest priority to complete as quickly as possible within the readathon. As far as what I will do after that if I get done early with all of them, one option is obviously reading the rest of those library books. I also am interested in reading You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. I actually won a giveaway on Twitter for this book, and so I was sent it for free. It's a YA contemporary. I believe it's LGBTQ. I've heard, again, great things about it so far, and I'm thinking what I might do with this one is if I'm ever outside of the house and wanting to read a physical book instead of an audiobook, I could pick this one up and have it, kind of double up on that read a book outside of your house prompt. Just with the physical one because it's not all that long. I also would be interested in reading The Safest Lies by Megan Miranda. This would obviously hit the prompt of starting with the, as well as it kind of has that dark orangey red color all along the cover and the spine and the back cover, so I could also make this work for the birthstone prompt. This is a mystery thriller by Megan Miranda. I've read several of her other books, and this one I think I picked up just from a thrift store or something for really cheap, and I pretty much know nothing about it, but I own it, so I might as well read it. And then lastly, I have Beach Read by Emily Henry. I'm thinking the chances are pretty low of me actually getting to this one, but this is a book that I, again, have seen nothing but great things, great reviews about. This is an adult romance that I hear is actually pretty hard-hitting, and that's exactly my type of romance. And maybe this one could also work as the read a book completely outside of your house, except I'm doing that figuratively because it's set on a beach and I can kind of use this as an escapism book to imagine that I'm outside of my house. I don't know, I'm just throwing this in as wishful thinking that maybe I could complete all those other books and then get to this one, but who knows. But that's it for my Reading Rush TBR. I'm super excited to participate this year. Let me know if you are planning on participating and if you made a TBR video yourself. I would love to watch it. And other than that, I don't think I have anything else. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one.